College over in Dublin. I teach the diesel program, but I am also the department chair for trade, industries, and transportation. What is that? That is welding. It's HVAC, it's automotive, diesel, machine tool, mechatronics, and electronics, along with commercial truck driver training. So I supervise all those programs and can tell you a lot about all of them. But at the technical college, there's more than just that. We have a total of 66 programs, from programs in allied health over into our business services to trades, industrial, skilled trades. So if pretty much whatever you're interested in doing, we probably have a program that would fit you, okay? One of the things about every one of our programs at the technical college is that it produces a high-paying, it produces you for a high-paying job, all right? None of our students that graduate without a job. There's one waiting on you. I often tell students that I go and speak in front of, let's see, what is there, about 30-something students in here, maybe a little more. I often tell students that I can have you employed today before 4 o'clock. That's how many jobs there are. Okay? It's standing room only, guys.
I'll stand.
All right. Let me tell you a little bit about the diesel program. You can enroll as a dual enrollment student, and dual enrollment provides you with the opportunity to earn college credit at the same time you're earning high school credit. So that gets you through college a little faster. All right? It also doesn't cost you anything, which is a win-win for you and your parents. So that's a plus in itself. Yeah, the average college class costs you about $700. One class, about $700. On your associate's degree, you need to take about 20 classes times 700. That'll give you an idea of what it costs you. Okay? That would be out of pocket. But then dual enrollment. Take advantage of that. The paperwork that you have in front of you here gives you some very key dates that you need to be aware of. April 14th is the last day to apply. It's the last day to complete all enrollment steps for dual enrollment. If you flip over to this page, steps 1 through 5. Steps 1 through 5 need to be completed by April the 14th. It is really easy to complete. Go to the OFTC website. That is oftc.edu. Scroll down about halfway. There is a big green 2X. Click on it. That's dual enrollment. When you click on it, just follow the steps. It says apply here. Click apply here and just answer the questions. It's really quick and easy and simple. Have a conversation with Ms. McCrae. Make sure she knows what your intentions are. If she doesn't know your intentions, you're backing up, okay? She's got to know, because she needs to schedule it in with your high school classes as well. Most Dodge students attend after 1:30. So from 1:30 to the end of the day is typically when you guys come and see us. All right? Now diesel. Actually, one of my diesel students is in here with us, Mr. Rhett Jordan. Very good student, by the way. Dual enrollment for diesel, your first semester you're going to take 2 classes. That's going to be Intro to Diesel and Electrical. That'll earn you your first TCC, which is Diesel Electrical Electronic Systems. At the end of your second semester, you will have earned your second TCC, which is Diesel Engine Service Tech. Typically, at the end of your third, maybe your fourth, it's probably going to be more your fourth, you'll have earned your third TCC, which is Diesel Truck Maintenance Technician. At that point, there's only 3 classes left to take in the entire diesel program. All right? And you can finish those after high school. A dual enrollment student can start in the 10th grade. All you need to be is 16 years old and a way to get there. You gotta have a way to get there, all right? Talk a buddy in it. If you don't have a car, talk a buddy in with a car to go. Carpool with a buddy. Just one way to think about it, right? So you don't want to do dual enrollment. Well, what do I do with the diesel program then? Wait till after high school. Enroll full-time. It'll take you 4 semesters. You'll be completely through. You're going to attend full-time. Full-time is 12 credit hours or more. And let's just say you started full-time August of 23. You'll be done December of 24. Someone asked me, how much does it cost? Anybody?
How much does it cost?
It's free. For most of you in this room, I'd probably say all of you in this room, it would be free. How is that? It's called the HOPE grant. HOPE grant pays for it. The diesel industry is a strategic industry for the state of Georgia. In order for Georgia to remain the #1 state to do business with, diesel has to be in operation. All right? We have to get the goods to and from the port. The trucks have to be repaired. That sort of stuff. A lot of you will qualify for the Pell Grant. Well, what's the Pell Grant do? The Pell Grant covers anything that HOPE doesn't, which in the diesel world, HOPE covers all of it. So that excess Pell funds winds up back in your pocket. That's cash money. What can you do with that extra money? You can apply it towards your career. Go buy tools. Go buy the clothes you need for your career. Maybe buy you a car. Some students have gotten back as much as $3,000. And I've seen them go buy themselves a car so that they have now their own transportation to and from. The opportunity is ripe for you. You were really born at the right time, whether you believe that or not. With me today, I have Mr. Dawkins Enos. He is with Peterbilt of Dublin, which is part of the Peterbilt of Atlanta group. And he's going to talk to you about what their company does. But what I wanted to do is connect high school to the technical college to industry, so you can see how that process works.
Well, good morning, class. My name is Dawkins Enos. I work for Peterbilt of Dublin, Peterbilt of Atlanta. Who in here has torn an engine apart? Worked on engines? You worked on engines before? Kind of, what are you working on?
Anything I can get my hands on.
So you like tearing things apart? All right, here, I get you a ball. Play with that for a day. All right. So Peterbilt of Atlanta is a large company. This is growing. We have eight places that we do maintenance at. And what we're looking for are people who want to grow and invest in, and also want people who want to work with their hands. That's what we're looking for. The caveat he's talking about, I actually started out in a co-op program as well, working on airplanes. My background's in aviation. I actually used the HOPE grant to pay for my AP license. Right? There's no reason for you not to go to some form of school when you leave this institution. Whether it's high school or whether it's a tech school or college, you should go somewhere. The tech school is free and you have no debt. I've been there, done that, still have it. Right? What Peterbilt of Atlanta does is we try to get the best of the best in their program, and we'll hire you to learn and go to school at the same time. When we start our guys off, apprentices, at $17.50 an hour. Coming out of, you're still in tech school. You come to us on day one, you make $17.50 an hour learning how to turn wrenches on a truck. I don't expect you to know anything about the truck. I expect you to be willing to work, willing to get your hands a little dirty. But as far as learning the truck, we're going to teach you and he's going to teach you. Right? So $17.50 an hour is what you'll start at. After that, you go up every 6 months, do an evaluation, you go up and pay $20 an hour, $22.50 an hour, and then once you get all your certification, it goes up even higher. Now I'm going to talk about you. 2 things we offer is one of the big expenses for working on any kind of vehicle or any kind of automotive industry or tech school or any kind of technician is your tools. My lead technician, his toolbox alone costs him $20,000. That's not even counting his tools, that's his toolbox, right? $20,000. My lead technicians top out at $55 an hour. Is it a big investment? Yeah. But I guarantee that $55 an hour, you're gonna pay for that toolbox very quick. But one thing Peterbilt Atlanta does, if you come on with us, we're gonna give you $4,500 in tools. That's your toolbox and some tools to start out with. Nobody else will do that. If you come out of college, I've got 2 degrees myself, didn't nobody give me anything to start in my office job, so I had to pay for all that, right? So you come out of here, you come work for us, we're gonna give you some tools, training, and we're gonna move you as quick as possible. Now, 2 engines that we use, I want y'all to remember this, I'm gonna ask you later on. 2 engines that Peterbilt has is a PACCAR engine and a Cummins engine. Remember that. If you go to PACCAR training, we'll certify you in PACCAR training. Once you get on that training, you get $5 an hour extra on your paycheck, right? And one thing cool about it is now the tech school now is going to train you with our PACCAR stuff. So you're already got a leg up on the folks who are coming into our industry. We want to invest in the community. Peterbilt Dublin opened up. We changed our name from Peterbilt Atlanta to Peterbilt Dublin so people realize, hey, we're from this area and we're for this area. Everybody who works at that location is from down here. I live in Elko, right outside of Perry. Most other folks live in Dublin or in Wilkinson County. All right? We do that because we want to invest in the community. By investing in the community, we want you to invest in us as well. Right? I want you to come on board with us, work hard, and help us grow to succeed. As we grow, we'll bring on more people. I'll tell you a little quick story about Peterbilt. I've got 15 minutes ago. I do a lot of stories now, I guess. Peterbilt of Atlanta started out as a small company. A guy who opened us up came from Las Vegas. Just tell you a little bit about our owner. When he came on board with us, when he bought the company, he's very hands-on. When we open up our Dublin location, we're all out there getting nasty and dirty trying to get things done. Our gentleman, he's a multi-millionaire, can pay anybody to do anything that he needs done, and he's out there pulling wires and running switches with us as well. Our philosophy is we're not going to require you to do anything that we're not willing to do as well. All right, that's what Peterbilt of Atlanta offers people at Dublin. We're going to work with you. It's a journey. We're going to walk with you and not just put you out there on your own so you can figure it out yourself. I recommend the Tech School Avenue. It did wonders for me. There are so many other avenues you can go as far as within the tech industry. It could be mechanic, nursing, and so forth. Utilize that stuff, and it's free, guys. The state's going to pay for it. Use it, right? Use that money. Don't come in, be like me with $20,000+ in student loan debt. You know, after I went to tech school, right? So it's kind of crazy why I did that. It is what it is. Our apprentices, when we come in, when we interview for our jobs, we're looking for the best of the best. I'm not looking for the smartest. I'm not looking for the best looking. I'm not looking for the one who's the strongest. When I say the best of the best, I'm looking for the one who's willing to put forth the effort. The one who gives the best effort. To me, that's the best of the best. I can train you to do anything. I cannot instill in you work ethic. You have to do that on your own. So if you have a good work ethic and you're willing to get a little bit dirty, you can make a lot of money. And this is not just a guy industry. I have a lot of women who work on trucks, right? Just because you're a guy that can lift 500 pounds, don't think you can out-mechanic a female, right? The big thing, I had this conversation with the last class that was in here. I've had male and females work for me. Some of my best technicians have been females because, why? Because y'all tend to pay more attention to detail than the guys do. The guys tend to be bull and China cam and tear stuff apart and throw it back together. They don't go back and retort things. They don't check for leaks. Truck leaves here, airplane leaves here, and I got all kind of leaks and it comes back as a mess. I rarely have that happen when a female technician does it because she takes her time and looks at everything. Make sure everything's taut, right? So don't think this industry is just for the guys. Women, it's real wide open for you as well, right? And if you like working with your hands, if you like seeing a product, like being involved with the end product, this is the best way to go. There's nothing like tearing the engine completely down, having bits and pieces everywhere, and then putting it back together and everything works. I mean, that's a fulfillment you can't get anywhere else, right? Unless I get you like a brain surgeon, you see that and get to walk around and get that. But Peterbilt Atlanta, we're here to invest in your future. We're here to help you grow, help you to succeed. The only requirement we have from you is you put forth the effort for yourself, to help yourself. All right? Do y'all have any questions for me?
Well, I'm gonna add on to what he was talking about, getting dirty. I'm a technician, okay? I just have to work at a technical college. In July, I'll be starting my 18th year as a technician. There's no grease under these fingernails. I can't stand getting dirty. I learned early on as a technician how to prevent that. I learned how not to wallow in it. I learned a better technique of how to make the repair. I learned there's this thing called latex gloves. If you just go buy you a box of them, they'll last a little over a month, and you just put them on. And your hands stay clean. That way when you need to wipe your face because it's itching, it ain't all over your face. Those are things that I learned early as a technician. At that point, I was about 24 years old. I'm 41 now. I still work on nasty equipment. Grease all over it. But you see how I'm dressed now? I get to work on that equipment exactly what I'm wearing. I'm gonna put on the right PPE. When I get through, I'm still gonna be just as clean. All right? It's all about technique. We mentioned attention to detail. That's attention to detail. Use all the tools at your disposal. Ladies in here, I highly, highly encourage you to enter a field that is non-traditional to you, such as being a diesel tech, such as being a truck driver. I highly encourage it. You actually come favored over your male counterparts, okay? It is simply because of your attention to detail. You see things differently than us guys do. And we appreciate that when it comes to managing the facilities.
Yeah, that, and also, if I see an individual come in and they interview for something that maybe don't have a background in that, well, that tells me you're willing to learn something, that you're willing to get outside your box. There's nothing wrong with being ingrained in something and knowing all the ins and outs and doing your whole life. But if you're willing to just step outside the box, step outside the mold a little bit and learn new techniques and learn a new trade, that speaks volume of your character for me.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to invest in you on something like that. All right. So outside, we got a little time. I brought a truck over. Let y'all look at kind of what you'll be working on. It's a 579 Peterbilt 579. It's one of the trucks you'll see. It's a fleet truck. It's actually an old trade-in we have out there. But this is typical what you'll find out there. And most of our trucks now, majority of them are going to be automatics, just because of the times we live in. Most people can't drive a manual. It is what it is. So, as a matter of fact, last CDL class I was at, probably 98% of people there had never even seen a manual until they showed up at that truck. Right? So, that's a true statement. That's a true statement. So don't be intimidated by things like that. We'll teach you all that. The test school can teach you how to drive trucks, and that's something that Peterbilt of Atlanta will actually pay you more. If you have just a CDL license, you'll get more per hour with us. All right. So I guess we'll walk out of the truck next.
Yeah.
And y'all got any questions out there?
Well, I want to introduce myself to you. I'm Brent Redfern. I teach the diesel program at Oconee Fall Line Technical College in Dublin. I'm also the department chair for trades, industry, and transportation. The programs that I supervise is construction management, welding, HVAC, electronics, mechatronics, machine tool, diesel, automotive, and our CDL training program. But I also want to mention to you some of the other programs that we have at the college that may be of interest to you. We have 66 programs. In allied health, there's you can become an LPN, you can become an RN, respiratory tech. We have business services where you can learn the different aspects of how a business operates, how an office operates within that business. We have cybersecurity training, and then the other programs that I just mentioned. Dual enrollment. Do all of you have one of these? Hopefully you do. You don't. Well, here comes one. There are some key dates that you need to be aware of if you are wanting to dual enroll. So this would be for those that are in the 10th grade now or juniors and seniors, okay? April the 14th is the last day to complete all of the 5 steps necessary for dual enrollment. If you turn to the second page, here are the 5 steps. It's really simple to complete them. Go to the OFTC website. Scroll down till you see the big green 2X. Click on it. When you click on it, the next page pops up and says, apply here. Click on apply here and follow the steps. It's really, really simple. You can apply for dual enrollment in under 5 minutes. If you're good at typing, you can probably do it in 2. All right? How does dual enrollment help you? It doesn't cost you anything. You can earn high school credit and college credit at the same time. Saves you money. There's not a tuition bill at the end. If you choose not to take advantage of dual enrollment, that is fine as well. Just know that there will probably be a tuition bill attached to wherever you attend. At a technical college, one of the things to keep in mind is that the HOPE grant pays for a vast majority of all of your tuition, if not all of it. In the diesel program, the HOPE grant pays for 100%. Why is that? Diesel is considered a strategic industry for our state. In order for our state to remain #1 to do business with, diesel has to be part of that circle. All right? So what does a typical day look like in the diesel program? It looks a lot like working in a real world shop. We work on live equipment. We have 16 trucks and 30 trailers that we do repairs on. Some of the repairs we farm out to other companies to help us stay up to speed, because those trucks also is what our students train to earn their CDLs in. So it's kind of like I operate a small trucking company. That's essentially what it's like. All right? How long does it take? Well, let's talk about dual enrollment first. If you entered in the 11th grade fall semester, by the end of your first semester, you will have earned your first TCC, which is Diesel Electrical Electronic Systems. By the end of your second semester, you have earned your second TCC, which is Diesel Engine Service Tech. By the end of your fourth semester, which you will be graduating high school at this point, you will have earned your Diesel Truck Service Technician TCC. Once those 3 TCCs have been earned, you only have 3 classes left to take to complete the diesel program and earn your diploma. That can happen in 1 semester. But you don't want to do dual enrollment while you're in high school. That's fine, I get it. You want to wait till after high school. How long will it take you? 4 semesters if you attend full-time. Full-time is 12 credit hours or more. Can you work while you're enrolled? Absolutely, you can. What I like to do is get you at least 2 TCCs under your belt, so you have some sort of working knowledge when you go to work part-time. Will I work with your work schedule? Absolutely I will. Will I work with your work schedule if you work at McDonald's? No, I will not. But if you go to work in an automotive repair shop or a diesel repair shop, absolutely I will. Because you can learn in there just as easy as you can in my classroom. Fair enough?
Yes, sir.
All right. Where can you go to work? It's as simple as this. Put a blindfold on, grab you a dart, throw it at a map of the United States. Wherever it lands, there's a job right there waiting on you. How fast can I have you employed today? I can have you employed by 4 o'clock. There's that many jobs open looking for someone to fill them. All right? Pick a career. The job field's wide open. I brought with me today Mr. Dawkins Enos. He's with Peterbilt of Dublin, which is part of the Peterbilt of Atlanta group. He's going to talk to you about what it's like to work for their organization, and then talk to you about this truck and the day in the life of a technician.
Well, good morning, classes. How are y'all? Good. Yeah, I guess it's afternoon now. Isn't it? Is it morning or afternoon yet?
It's still morning.
Still morning? So I'm with Peterbilt of Atlanta. We have a shop in Dublin. We actually changed the name to Peterbilt of Dublin just so we're part of the community more. Everybody who works down at Peterbilt of Dublin is from this area. We're fully vested in this area, and we want to succeed, so y'all will succeed. How many of y'all like making money? What's a good hourly rate you think? What's a good hourly rate? Huh? How much? $40 per hour? How much, what do you think is a fair shake per hour? $36 an hour? Okay. What if I told you that if you were a certified technician, fully trained, with some years experience, that as of right now today, what our pay scale is right now today, our top paid technicians make around $55 an hour. Working on these, right? But let me reiterate that that's our top paid guys. Why are they our top paid guys? Because they show initiative, they're trained, and they have a great work ethic. All right, those guys make that kind of money, and you can too if you win and just put forth the effort. Peterbilt of Atlanta, we went in with a tech school. We said, hey, we're opening up a place down in Dublin. We need some technicians. Right now, there's a shortage of diesel technicians. That's a shortage of anybody who's willing to work with their hands. I'm an A&P mechanic by trade. I worked on airplanes all over the world. Right? I did it over 20 years working on airplanes. I never made the money working on airplanes that we pay our diesel technicians now. Right? So if you want to go into a field that you can make money at and provide for your family, this is the one you want to do. Becoming a technician isn't just a man-oriented position, right? Ladies, you can do the same thing that any guy can do on these trucks. Main reason is a lot of these trucks now are electronically based. So you make your bench press 500 pounds, but if you can't plug it up to a computer, you can't fix it, right? So don't think this is oriented toward one gender or the other. The truck that you see here is a Peterbilt 579. The two type of engines that we typically have in Peterbilts are either a Cummins, which is a red engine, or this truck here has what's called a PACCAR engine in it. It's a PACCAR MX-13, I believe, in this truck, and that's a black engine. Those are two engines you'll see within the Peterbilt trucks. If you work for Peterbilt of Atlanta or Peterbilt in general, we'll send you to training, get you trained up. If you, for example, if you got MX certified, which is on this engine here, fully trained up, once you got done with your certification, and we'll pay for it, you automatically get $5 extra an hour on your paycheck, starting on day one once you come out of the training. So if you're making $30 an hour, when you finish the training, a 2-week-long class, you make $35 an hour. It's a $5 an hour bump up just for 2 weeks of training. That's pretty good, right? But you still got to get there. There's other things you got to do. What I look for when I hire apprentices or when I hire technicians, my main thing I look for, I told the last class this, some of you have already heard this, I look for the best of the best. But that doesn't mean the strongest, the smartest, or the best looking. I'm looking for me, the best of the best, the one who puts forth the most effort and can pick it up. Right? I can teach you anything on this truck. I can teach you how to fix it, but you gotta have the work ethic. If you're not willing to get into it and learn it, to be honest with you, we don't want you. If you're willing to get out there and get your hands dirty and learn a little bit about the truck, hey, I want to bring you on. I want you to learn how to repair trucks and move on in life. A little bit about me, I did aviation 20 years. I actually started out turning wrenches as a co-op in an apprentice program, right? That's what I started out as. It's a great program. If you're interested in becoming a technician of any kind or any kind of technical aptitude, tech school is the way to go. If you go to college, I have a couple degrees as well. If you go to college, you're looking at student loan debt, you got to pay for the rest of your life, right? You go to tech school, it's free. The state pays for it. Why not utilize it? Why not let Uncle Sam pay for it or the state pay for it? Of course, it's always third option. ROTC folks, I love y'all as an ROTC also. Military, that's right there with you. I love it. So that's another option for you as well. Peterbilt of Atlanta, we are GI friendly as well. If you're in the Guard or whatever, we're going to, of course you got to take off anyway, but we're going to work with you on your schedule. If you get deployed or whatever, you'll keep your job obviously and keep payment too. With us also, we offer you benefits, paid time off, You'll get retirement, which those things you don't think about right now, but in the future, you're going to wonder about your retirement. You're going to wonder about how much money you can make to provide for your family, and that's something that you'll get with Peterbilt of Atlanta. I said there were two types of engines that we have in the Peterbilt. Does anybody remember what they were?
Cummins and Packard.
Yeah, Cummins and Packard. All right. I also said this was a Peterbilt with a number behind it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you remember what it is? 579. There you go. All right. The 579 is a fleet truck, which what you see is got the kind of the smooth nose. Anybody ever seen Smokey and the Bandit? The movie Smokey and the Bandit? You remember that old Block's nose truck? That's actually Kenworth, but those are also Peterbilts have the same kind of style. Those trucks are actually getting phased out. They're bringing a new kind of truck that is a little more eco-friendly, better for the environment, a little better fuel economy. As the truck world evolves, we need people who's willing to get trained and learn the new techniques and the new technologies, and that's where we come hand in hand with the tech schools. And that's where you guys come in, who come up through the age of having to have technology ingrained with everything you do. And that's what we need. The next generation of technicians are going to be just as computer literate as the old generation of computer scientists, right? So this is what we have here. This like I said, this is our Peterbilt 579. This is a fleet truck. These are all over the world. We work on the trucks. One thing that Peterbilt Atlanta does also on top of your salary, we have what's called an upsell thing. So if you have a truck brought in, let's say the radiator's leaking and the driver wants a radiator fixed. Well, as a technician, you're trained to look at the truck as a whole. Look at all aspects of the engine and the part truck. If you find 3 or 4 other problems with the truck, and there's one problem with this truck, if you've been in the other classes, don't tell anybody, but I want y'all to try to find it on this truck. It's pretty easy to find. Excuse me. But as you find problems on trucks, you'll write it up, and we go to the driver or the customer and say, hey, we found these additional problems. So let's say they came in with a coolant leak. You say, hey, your alternator belt is frayed, you're leaking power steering fluid, and you got bad tires or bad brakes. If the driver agreed to fix that, well, Peterbilt of Atlanta, we're going to pay you 10% of the labor and 10% of the part for finding it and that person willing to pay to fix it. So not only could you get your hourly rate from us, but you can get upsells, right? And it's not the norm, but I do tell us to the extreme. We got a couple of technicians within our company who probably average $50,000 to $100,000 extra dollars a year on top of their salary from upsells, right? That's what they're averaging. So, but most people, a lot of technicians don't take advantage of that for whatever reason, but you should. And then there's other incentives as well. We'll send you to training. It costs us $10,000 to $12,000 to get you MX certified, for example. But we're going to pay you while you're training. We're going to bring you back and pay you more money when you get certified. And that's just one of our many trainings that we have. We also have Cummins and the rest of it, Cummins and Eaton transmissions. So that's kind of the truck in a nutshell. In the generation you're coming up with, everybody wants to be on computers and everybody wants to do TikTok and YouTube and be famous that way. Nobody wants to work on trucks. The problem is very few people make the money in those industries that you'll make here coming off the bat, coming right out the gate, all right? The people who do make it in those other industries are not the norm. The norm here for a technician is $30 to $40 an hour. That's a norm, right? So, anybody got any questions for me? Sir?
How much do like you going out of town, you know, we talking about going out of town, like doing truck and shit.
Okay, the driver?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a little different. So what we do is we actually sell and maintain the trucks, all right? We're not actually a carrier as far as driving trucks, all right? But to answer your question, if you want to be a truck driver, let me throw this out there too. If you had your CDL license, which is commercial driver's license, we're going to pay you more per hour for that, all right? On top of what you already paid. But if you were to just drive trucks and not work on them, typically they get paid by the mile. You do have some places that do pay by the hour, but they're far and few between. Most times it's by the mile. And I will say this, a lot of truck drivers You know, they can make $60, $70, $80, $90,000 a year driving a truck, right? The difference between driving a truck and working on them is you're going to be home every night if you work on these trucks. Right? You got a set schedule. For example, we're 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. If you're driving trucks, you don't have that set schedule. You'll be all over the country, but hey, you get to go all over the country. If you're a single person, that's actually not too bad. You get paid when you see the country. All right.
So talking about the CDLs, as an 18-year-old, you can earn your CDL and drive in the state of Georgia. That's called intrastate driving. If you cannot go out of state until you're 21, okay? What he was telling you about the money that can be earned. A beginning CDL holder who's 21 years old who can drive a regional. So regional is within the southeast. They're going to be making in the neighborhood of $55,000 to $60,000 a year. You're going to be home every other weekend. You're not going to be home every weekend. But if you like to travel and see the world, see the country, hop in a truck and go. You get paid to do it. And it is a job that is available, male, female, it don't matter. Hop in and drive. I'm a CDL holder. You're a CDL holder. Some other jobs that hold CDLs. If you riding on a school bus this morning, the driver of that bus was holding a CDL. So there's a lot of job opportunities also for the CDL holder. We teach commercial truck driving at the technical college also. So if you have questions about any of those things specifically, just ask me.
Yeah, let me say something about the truck driving industry or technician or CDL driver. These jobs that we're talking about here are more or less recession proof. Am I ringing? So if the economy goes down, I still got trucks. This country don't run without trucks. So we still got to work on them. You still got to have drivers. So as the economy fluctuates up and down, that typically doesn't have an effect on the trucking industry. They still got to do their thing. They still got to do their job, right? So these are probably the most, other than the military, this is probably one of the most recession-proof industry there is. All right. Anybody got any questions about anything?
Speaking of the military, how many of you are ROTC? So some of you probably have a plan to join the military. The military also has diesel mechanics on different levels. It just depends on how deep you want to go. They also have drivers. So it's something to consider, and those are jobs that transfer back out into the civilian world. So think about that when you decide to enlist.
All right, y'all more than welcome to look around the truck. Got any questions? I do want y'all to try to find the one discrepancy with this truck. To give you a little, it's on the back of the truck, and it's something that everybody at every vehicle should look for. It's pretty easy once you figure that out. I don't have anything else to give you, but you can look at that and see.